I folded the last onesie and placed it in the basket. Brian was still talking, his voice carrying that particular tone he used when he had made a decision and expected everyone to simply go along with it. The same tone he used when he was 12 and announced he was quitting piano lessons. The same tone he used at 23 when he said he was moving to Seattle with Ashley before they were even engaged. "It just makes sense, Mom," he said, leaning back in my kitchen chair. "You love spending time with the boys anyway. And now that Ashley and I are both making good money, we are really trying to build up our savings. Childcare is expensive." I placed the basket on the counter. Mason's grape juice had left a purple stain on the collar of one shirt. I had scrubbed it 3 times. "How expensive?" I asked. Brian waved his hand. "I mean, we looked into it before the boys were born. It was something crazy like $3,000 a month for infant care. For twins? Forget it. But we do not need to worry about that. You have been amazing." Ashley walked in from the living room, her phone in her hand. She had that glow people get when they have good news. "We are celebrating tonight," she said. "Brian got the promotion, senior engineer. And I am getting bumped up to director next month." "That is wonderful," I said. And I meant it. I was proud of my son. I had raised him to work hard, to build a life. "It is wild how much we are saving," Ashley continued. She sat down next to Brian and pulled up something on her phone. "I was just running the numbers. Our friends, the Hendersons, pay $4,200 a month for their 2 kids in daycare. $4,200. We are basically saving that every single month. We should take a vacation," Brian said. "Maybe Hawaii. We have not had a real vacation since before the boys were born." "We could actually afford it now," Ashley agreed. I dried my hands on the dish towel. "What do you mean, you are saving it?" Ashley looked up. "Well, we are not paying for childcare. You watch the boys. 5 days a week," Brian added. "Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. It has been incredible, Mom. I do not know what we would do without you." I nodded slowly. "And you think that is not real work?" Brian laughed. "I did not say that. I just meant, you are retired. It is not like you have anything else going on. And you love the boys." "I do love the boys. See? So it works out perfectly." He stood up and kissed my cheek. "We should get going. The boys are probably destroying Patricia's living room by now." They had dropped the twins off with Brian's sister for 2 hours so we could have this dinner. Patricia had 3 kids of her own. She had looked exhausted when they arrived. "Before you go," I said, "I have been meaning to talk to you about something." They both turned. Ashley checked her watch. They had theater tickets. "What is up?" Brian asked. "I think it is time we put our arrangement on a more formal footing." "Formal?" Ashley repeated. "I have been providing childcare for 3 years now. Full-time childcare, and I am happy to continue doing it. But I think we should treat it like the professional service it is." Brian's smile faded. "What are you saying?" "I am saying that starting next month, I will be charging you for childcare. The going rate in our area for 2 toddlers is about $3,500 to $4,000 a month. I will charge you $3,000, which is below market rate. Family discount?" Silence. Ashley's mouth opened. Brian stared at me like I had just announced I was joining a cult. "You are joking," he said finally. "I am not joking. Mom, you cannot be serious." "I am completely serious. I will send you an invoice at the end of each month. You can pay by check or bank transfer." Ashley found her voice. "Dorothy, this is coming out of nowhere. We had an arrangement." "We had an assumption," I corrected. "You assumed I would continue to provide free labor indefinitely. I am letting you know that assumption was incorrect." Brian's face was turning red. "This is ridiculous. You are my mother." "I am. And you are my son. That does not mean my time has no value." "But you are retired. What else are you going to do with your time?" I smiled. "That is exactly my point, sweetheart. What else am I going to do with my time? Maybe I will find out." Ashley was doing math on her phone. "We cannot afford $3,000 a month on top of our mortgage and everything else." "Then I suggest you look into other childcare options. I said pleasantly. I am happy to provide references. I have 3 years of experience with your specific children. I know Mason will not eat anything green unless you hide it in a smoothie. I know Logan has a meltdown if his socks have seams. I know their schedule, their allergies, their comfort items. I imagine that information would be valuable to whoever you hire. You are seriously doing this? Brian's voice had gone cold. You are going to charge your own son to see his kids? You see them every evening and every weekend. I am charging you for the 40 hours a week of professional childcare I provide. If you want to drop by to visit on my own time, you are always welcome. This is insane, Ashley said. She was scrolling through her phone now, probably already searching for daycares. We need to go. We are going to miss the curtain. They left without saying goodbye. Patricia called me 20 minutes later. What did you say to them? She asked. Brian just picked up the boys and he looks like he is about to have a stroke. I told them I was going to start charging for childcare. Patricia was quiet for a moment. Then she laughed. It was not a polite laugh. It was the kind of laugh that comes from a place of deep, bone-tired recognition. Good, she said. It is about damn time. You think I am doing the right thing? Dorothy, I have been trying to tell Brian this for 2 years. Every time I watch those boys for even an hour, I feel like I need a week to recover, and you do it 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, for free, while they go on about their savings accounts. They are going to hate me. They are going to realize what they had, Patricia said. Give it a week. It took 3 days. Brian called on Monday afternoon. We found a nanny, he said. His voice was tight. Her name is Svetlana. She starts tomorrow. That was fast. We did not have much choice, did we? Ashley and I both have meetings we cannot miss. I hope it works out well. It will cost us $3,800 a month, he said. $3,800 for a stranger to watch our kids. That is the market rate, I said gently. That is what childcare costs. You are really not going to back down on this. I am not. He hung up without saying goodbye. Svetlana lasted 4 days. Patricia texted me the update. Mason bit her. She quit. The second nanny, Jennifer, made it a week before she called in sick and never returned. The third, Caitlin, stuck it out for almost 2 weeks before she told Ashley that the compensation was not adequate for the level of work required. Brian called me on a Thursday evening. It was 7:30. The boys should have been in bed. Are they still up? I asked. I could hear screaming in the background. Mason will not go to sleep. He keeps asking for you. He wants you to read him the book about the dinosaur. The one with the blue T-Rex? I do not know. There are 100 dinosaur books. Can you just tell me which one he means? It is on the 3rd shelf in their room. Blue cover. The dinosaur's name is Rexy. More screaming. Ashley's voice, sharp and exhausted. Just pick any book, Brian. I tried that. He is not having it. Brian's voice cracked. I do not understand why this is so hard. You made it look easy. It is not easy, I said. It is work, real work. He was quiet. How are you and Ashley holding up? I asked. We had a fight this morning. A bad one. About who was supposed to pick up the boys from the backup daycare we found. We were both supposed to be in important meetings. I had to leave mine early. My boss was not happy. I am sorry. Are you? The bitterness in his voice was sharp. Because it seems like you are enjoying this. Brian, you are punishing us. For what? For having careers? For trying to build a future for our family? I am not punishing anyone. I am setting a boundary. There is a difference. It does not feel different. I heard Mason screaming again. Gamma! Want Gamma! I have to go, Brian said. He hung up. Patricia came over on Saturday. We sat on my porch with coffee and watched the leaves fall. October in Virginia is beautiful. All those colors you forget exist during the long, green summer. Brian looks terrible, she said. I saw him at the grocery store yesterday. He had both boys with him and they were both melting down. He just stood there in the cereal aisle looking like he wanted to cry. I do not enjoy seeing him struggle. I know you do not. But Dorothy, he needed to see this. They both did. She sipped her coffee. You know what Ashley said to me last week? She said she did not know how hard it was. She actually said that. She said she knew intellectually that taking care of toddlers was work, but she did not understand it was this hard. It is different when you do it all day, every day. I tried to tell Brian months ago, Patricia said. I told him he was taking you for granted. He said I was being dramatic. He said you loved doing it. I do love the boys. That is not the point. You can love your job and still expect to be paid for it. The following Tuesday, Ashley called. It was 8 in the morning. She should have been at work. Dorothy, she said. Her voice was ragged. I need help. What is wrong? Everything. The daycare we found has a 2-month waiting list. We are on backup care through Brian's work, but it is not consistent. Different place every day. The boys hate it. Mason cried for an hour this morning. An hour. He made himself throw up. Oh, sweetheart. And it is so expensive. We are paying almost $4,000 a month, and they are miserable. And I am miserable. I missed a deadline yesterday because I had to leave early to pick them up. My boss is asking questions about my commitment level. She was crying now. Real, ragged sobs. I did not know, she said. I did not know how much you did. I did not know how hard it was. I do not know what I thought. I thought it was just playing with them and feeding them lunch. I did not think about the constant vigilance, the way you have to watch them every single second, the way they need you for everything, how exhausting it is. Ashley, we took you for granted. I know that now. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I closed my eyes. I appreciate you saying that. Can we talk? Can we figure something out, please? Brian showed up at my house on Sunday afternoon. The boys were not with him. They are with Patricia, he said. I asked her to take them for a few hours. We sat in my living room. He looked older than he had 3 weeks ago. There were circles under his eyes. I have been doing some thinking, he said. Actually, I have been doing a lot of thinking. And I talked to a therapist. A therapist? Ashley insisted. She said we needed help processing this. That it was bigger than just childcare. He pulled out his phone and showed me a spreadsheet. I calculated it. 3 years, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, at $20 an hour, which is below what professional nannies make. It comes out to $62,400. I had calculated the same number. I had not planned to show it to him. That is how much free labor you have given us, he said. His voice was shaking. $62,000. And I called it not real work. I said you did not have anything else going on. Brian, let me finish, please. He wiped his eyes. When Dad died, you retired early to grieve. You gave up your career. You loved teaching. And then when the boys came, you poured all that energy into them. You built your whole schedule around our needs. You learned about toddler development. You took them to music classes and library story time. You taught Mason his colors and Logan his numbers. You potty trained them when we did not have time. You handled their tantrums and their fears and their growth spurts. You did all of that, and I acted like it was nothing. You did not know. I should have known. I should have valued it. I should have seen you. He was crying openly now. I am so ashamed, Mom. I am ashamed that it took losing you for me to see what you were doing. What you have always done. I reached across and took his hand. Ashley and I want to make this right, he said. Not just going forward, but for the past 3 years, we want to pay you. We know we cannot afford the full $62,000 right now, but we can set up a payment plan. And going forward, we want to do this properly. A real contract, fair compensation, paid time off, sick days, all of it. I do not need you to pay me for the past. Yes, you do. We need to do it. Please, let us do this. I thought about it. Put half of it in a college fund for the boys. The other half, donate to the elementary school's arts program. They cut funding last year. He nodded, writing it down. And going forward, I said, I will watch the boys 3 days a week, not 5. I love them, but I need time for myself too. I want to take a painting class. I want to have lunch with friends without having to schedule it around your meetings. 3 days. Okay, we can figure out the other 2 days. And I will charge you $2,000 a month. That is my family rate. Still below market. That is more than fair. And Brian? I waited until he looked at me. I need you to understand something. The reason this hurt so much was not about the money. It was about being invisible. It was about doing something important, something that mattered, and having the people I love most act like it was nothing, like I was nothing. You are not nothing, he said fiercely. You are everything. You are the reason we could build our careers. You are the reason the boys are happy and healthy and thriving. You are the foundation of our entire family. He hugged me then, and I let myself cry. For the exhaustion I had been carrying, for the invisibility I had felt, for the relief of being seen. Patricia brought the boys over that evening. They ran to me, shouting, "Gamma! Gamma!" Mason showed me a drawing he had made. Logan wanted to tell me about a dog he saw at the park. Brian and Ashley stood in the doorway, watching. "Thank you," Ashley said quietly. "For everything. For loving them. For teaching us. For not giving up on us." The new arrangement started the following Monday. Brian and Ashley brought the boys at 8. They had drawn up a contract, official and detailed. Hours, pay rate, vacation days, sick leave, overtime policies. They had signed it and left a space for my signature. I signed. "We are interviewing nannies for Tuesday and Thursday," Ashley said. "We are checking references this time, really checking them, and paying them properly." "Good," I said. After they left, I set up the boys with their blocks. Mason built a tower. Logan knocked it down. They laughed and started over. I had signed up for a watercolor class that started Wednesday mornings. I had made lunch plans with 3 different friends over the next 2 weeks. I had space in my life again, room to breathe. That evening, Patricia called. "I heard Brian and Ashley are paying you now." "They are. And I heard about the college fund and the school donation." They insisted. "I am proud of you," she said, "and I am proud of Brian for finally getting it. Though I will take partial credit for forcing him into therapy." I laughed. "You deserve full credit." "You know what the best part is?" Patricia said. "Mason told me yesterday that Gamma has painting class now, just like he has music class. He thinks it is cool that you are learning something new." "He said that?" "He did. And Logan asked if you could show him your paintings when you make them." "They are proud of you, Dorothy. We all are." After we hung up, I sat on my porch in the gathering dark. The air had that October chill, the smell of leaves and wood smoke. Somewhere down the street, children were playing. Their laughter carried on the wind. I thought about all those hours, all those days and weeks and months, the invisible labor that kept a family running, the meals and the mess and the endless, patient teaching, the love that looks like nothing from the outside but is everything on the inside. It had taken losing it for them to see it. It had taken valuing myself for them to value me. I did not regret what I had done, not the boundary I had set, not the hard conversation, not the pain it had caused, because on the other side of that pain was something better, something real. Respect, partnership, visibility, the kind of love that sees you, the kind of love that counts.